Good morning. Today's lesson is on surface area. So by the end of this lesson, I will be able to define lateral and total surface area. I will use the reference sheet to determine the surface area for each figure. So you've seen rectangular prisms probably every day. Cereal boxes, tissue boxes, gift wrap boxes, any other kind of box that you can think of, Amazon boxes. So we'll go ahead and jump into the notes. Please make sure you follow along. You'll turn these in at the end of this video. So surface area is the outside area of a shape. Total surface area is the outside of all sides of a shape. The outside of all sides of a shape, whereas lateral is the outside area without the bases, so excluding the top and the bottom. Without bases. So you should have formula sheets at your table. You'll look underneath surface area, and the first one says prism. So later this week we'll be talking about another kind of prism, but the formula is still the same. So lateral surface area, the formula S equals big P times H, and total S equals PH plus 2B. So some familiar letters here. Big P stands for the perimeter of the base. And remember, for perimeter, you just add all the sides. Big B, just like when we did volume, it's the area of the base. Now, what shape is the base of a rectangular prism? Well, it's a rectangle. So you look at the formula sheet. What's the area of a rectangle? Area of a rectangle is just base times height. So we'll go into our first example, and here's something that I want you to do always. So I want you, whenever you see a prism, I want you to shade. Let me make that smaller. I want you to shade the base. So 1, shade the base. 2, redraw the base. So top and bottom, I'll go ahead and shade it in so I know where my bases are. And I'm going to just redraw it here. So I know it's 9, 7, 9, 7. So we'll go ahead and do lateral first. So I'll write down my formula. S equals PH, where P is the perimeter, so we know to add. So that's 7 plus 7 plus 9 plus 9, which is 32. And the height is in between the two bases. So the height is 13. That might be something we want to write down as well. The height is in between the two bases. So now we have our P, we have our H. We know that this is multiplication. So we do 32 times 13 which is 416. And area is squared, so that's inches squared. And then total surface area, we'll write down that formula, S equals pH plus 2B. Now we already know our pH. Our pH was 416. So I'm going to go ahead and write that in, and then we'll get to this part later. So we know big B is the area of the base, which is base times height. So that's going to be 9 times 7, which is 63. So I'll go ahead and put in my big B. So we've got 416 plus 2 times 63, which comes out to, sorry, this is all bunched up together, 542 inches squared. So it does seem like a lot of work. It is a lot of steps, but as long as you can identify your base, you label it, redraw it, I feel like that makes it a little clearer. So this next one, I'm not going to finish it for you, but I'll start it, but I'll let you finish. The dimensions of a rectangular prism are shown in the diagram. What is the total surface area in square inches of the prism? So don't get thrown off by square inches. That just means your answer is going to be in inches squared because it's area. Area is always squared. So I think a good thing to do, since we're doing total surface area, is to write down your formula, pH plus 2B. And remember, step 1, we want to shade the base. This also helps me identify my height because we know the height is in between the two bases, so I can easily identify it. So I know 10 is the height. I'm going to redraw my base. So it's a 16 by 8, 16 and 8. So I'll let y'all go ahead and find P. We already know what H equals. And find your B as well. So that's all I have for you. The next step in my class is to work on the Google Slide activity in Canvas, and then you have an exit ticket. So if you have questions, please let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.